Hey man, what it do? What it do?
Hey, what's happening? We in this thing.
Hey man, we here with our guys. We're here with my guys right here with our first episode of FBMP.
FBMP.
Faithful Black Men of Pasadena, man. That's how it feel. That's how it is. It's your man Allen.
Hey, just let LP.
Hey.
What's good? It's Luke.
Hey, and we want to give a shout out to a couple of our gang members, you know what I'm saying? Cam,
here.
Jared, Quan, y'all not here, but we're going to get back in that next episode for y'all because we're going to have something special in that next episode. So we're going to be on the island.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, so this is FBMP. This is our podcast, again, Faithful Black Men in Pasadena. And what this is a part of an extension for our company, which we call Crown the Rose. You want to break them off a little bit, man?
Oh yeah, Crown the Rose is just something that we all had a vision for. We all had the urge and we wanted to help our community. Basically. And the way that we chose to do that is with our own skill sets.
Yeah.
So we wanted to dedicate ourselves to bridging the education finance gap in our community. And the way that we chose to do that is to give back through our own professions into counseling. You know what I mean? That's what we here for. We're here to give relationship advice tonight.
Yeah. So again, just to emphasize on what my man was saying, this is our community-based organization, that a company that we decided to put together as a team. So this is group owned, you know what I'm saying? We all get into the bag together, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? 2 better than 1, you know what I'm saying? 3 better than 2, you know what I'm saying? 5 better than 4, you know the numbers. So this is what that is, and this is an extension of that. So just be in tune for that. But for this particular in this podcast, we're really going to be focusing on that black relationships, but giving you from that black male, black king perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we see a lot of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to
hear women talking about
it. We talking about what women do, but we don't talk about what men do. At least till now. You know what I'm saying? So we out here, man. So we out here with that today, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to give it to y'all. But before we get into the, our topic, which is about this relationship status and how our status is, like how we navigate relationships now with the status we have. We wanted just to give you a quick, like how we all just banded together, you know what I'm saying? This company just didn't come out of thin air, you know what I'm saying? This relationship come out of there. We locked in. So a city definitely brought us together, you know what I'm saying? I could definitely give it a quick start. I met LP college, you know what I'm saying? PCC, Pasadena City College, you know what I'm saying? But we, for some reason we always been connected, you know what I'm saying? We just had a conversation how he was in the Jets when he was 14 and I was probably out there, but I probably didn't see him then. But God lined us soon, we just linked up parties and stuff like that, and we just been going crazy ever since 18 around there. And I met this man, my guy Lewis in middle school, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't banging like that, close like that, but we got closer, at PCC and stuff like that. Been Marvin Ujima, as you heard earlier.
Collect work responsibility.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on now. So that's how we met together. That's how I met these 2 black men right here. You know what I'm saying?
But you heard it. Y'all said it. I met my boy AP functioning out here in these Pasadena streets.
Man, turning up.
Blu-ray, I actually met through Ujima.
Mm-hmm.
I was switching schools. I think I was going from Glendale Community College and playing football to just going and focus on straight sports. From academics, and went back to Pasadena City College, and that's where I met my boy in the Ujima office. That is where we met.
That was,
we met.
We were what, 2 cohorts after us?
I think cohort. One cohort.
Yeah, because we had started.
No, 2. I was 2. Because I came in after,
on everything. Because we had started. We had became like
we were on the board.
We was on the board. You know what I'm saying? So we and just definitely being in the PCC days, being in the quad, man. We just having balls, man, on me, stuff like, you know what I'm saying, like just going up and stuff like. Like it's been,
that's the one person that's definitely missing. We were definitely rocking with the PCC.
We definitely, we right.
He's really like Quan is like the glue. I think at least for me and AP for sure.
Yeah,
like he was the car.
Yeah, he was the car.
He was pushing us.
He was in that young Yetta. He was in that young Yetta.
In the Yetta.
He was going out here. And I think Jared and Cam, we all, like me and Jared Cam, we have all met out here too, playing basketball and stuff like that, and hooping and stuff. But Jared and Cam was real close because they was really like they was hoopers, you know what I'm saying? They've been balling, and then they went to Howard together.
And
You know what I'm saying?
Quan pushed out there. I followed him, and then we all bridged back here in the city.
Yeah,
and that's how you came up with Crowding the Roads and FBMP. And that's why we here, baby.
That's why we here, man. That's why we here. So, that's definitely a quick little, synopsis on how the gang came together, and we're gonna give y'all more snippets to it. We all locked in together, so for sure. But now we're gonna we're gonna bring in this thing as far as a relationship status, as far as we all gonna say our relationship status. I'm currently single, queen.
Hey, come on now, queens,
ladies out there.
You hear my man?
You hear I'm single out there. My guys, I want to say y'all relationship status.
You know how I go. I'm single. I'm single. I'm gonna be the person. But we single out here. Just trying to get to the bag, honestly, and focus up on that, and also be able to provide for certain things when that time do come. But right now, we're not focused on that.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's up?
I'm married.
Let's go, gang. All right, guys, married out here. Let's do it.
Wedding ceremony. So, backstory. We legally got married last year, but because of COVID, we didn't have a ceremony. So this year, in 2 months, we're going to Jamaica.
You know it.
Getting married.
Yeah.
My guys right here. Groomsmen.
Hey, now, come on. Put some respect on our ring.
Groomsmen, you know what I'm saying? For real.
So, marriage life, bro.
Hey, man. So, let's talk about that. Yeah, man. Like, so you've already had your year anniversary. Like so you've been married a year and some months now.
Almost 2, because technically we got married in 2019, so technically it's almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, man. So talk about that, man.
It's different. Even though we got a chance to live together in the beginning, it's still not the same, because at the end of the day, you guys are just boyfriend, girlfriend. So if something happens, you still able to go back to wherever you wanted to go back to, and your partner can go back to where they wanted to go to. So for me, it was my mom's house. Her, it was her mom's house. And even when we were living together in an apartment, I was out of town for work a lot. So it's just like, okay, bet. Well, I'm going back to the hotel. But now that we're living together and we're married, we got to talk things out. I think that was one of the biggest trials for me, I guess, was trying to learn how to communicate. My communication was horrible when I first started dating Sarah, and even now, even in marriage, there's certain things I'm having to learn how to communicate. As y'all know, sometimes I don't text when I should.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, we all got something going on.
For real, on me. And then even to give it like a grand context, like, so this woman that you married, Sarah, Sarah Denise, Gus in the third. Gus in the third. Hold on. Let's change it up. Gus in the third. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, giving context, like, y'all been dating for a minute, like, since when?
11 years.
11 years.
You're my wife.
Yeah. This man knew 11 years, so that's 18.
Years, bro.
19, man.
19, halfway through our first semester at Ujima.
Man, so you've been dating since you were a teenager. So you've been with your wife since you were a teen, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Backstory, AP and one of our other friends, Heather, is actually people responsible for getting us together in the first place.
Yeah. Hey, now, come on.
So I'm always going to be indebted to this man. I appreciate him.
Hey, man,
but, that's how it all started.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, man. That's real, man. That's real. So just thinking about that, like, being in, like, I think, let's bring in that respect as being single, man. We've been vibing with this man since 18, 19, seeing how he transitioned from relationship to being engaged or being then to be married, then being a husband, fiance to husband. So it's like seeing that as single man, like what do we think of that? Like how does that as a friend, and especially as a close friend, seeing that as
a close friend, honestly, like for me, it allowed me to look at things from a different lens. It allowed me to get back on my not back on my grind, but to up my grind, to put more effort behind everything that I was doing, more intention. And I can't just be out here dating just anybody. It's cool. It used to be cool back when we was younger, but now as the older you get, you start to realize everything has to have a purpose. Everything has to have meaning. If you're not moving with that, then it's probably not gonna work for me. But watching him grow through these phases, bro, it's really helped me understand what's gonna be there for the next phase of my life, and also what I'm trying to work on right now. So how you saying communication was something big for you. I've taken a step back to learn how to communicate in different ways. Just because you said that, we had those convos back then about different areas that you were communication wasn't your thing. It wasn't. I think that's the thing for men. Period. Like we use the least amount of words to convey the most.
Yeah.
Like, how was your day? It was cool. I mean, like to me, that means that your day was regular, how it always goes. But
exactly.
like with some women, like you need to elaborate a little bit more. You need to give more of like more details, and I had to learn how to do that. So that's one of the things I had to work on too. So you wasn't the only one that had to go through it. Yeah. So it's like how man, bro.
Yeah, I think watching this man, how he navigated like just through those identities like that. I think from him what I picked up more on as far as my status being single is that the level of intent you got to move with, and I think that's what you were expressing too. Like as far as when you're the level of intent and pursuit you have to be about a woman. Like seeing this man at a teenage, I was like, when he was like pursuing Sarah, I'm like, man, you kind of doing a lot. Right? at 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? I let Sarah, that's my little Sarah, everything. Sarah know I fuck with it, but I'm like, when he was coming to me right there, I'm like, man, like you doing a lot. I'm like, right, you gotta do a lot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You 18, like we in PCC, like come on, bro, we having kickbacks. Like, we trying to turn up, man. But coming to like now, as I reflect on this, as where I'm at in my status right now, and seeing where he's at, it's seeing like, wow, you had that insight so early. You know what I'm saying? Like you it's like you had like a gift, and you were able just to see like you know what you wanted in a woman earlier, and then as Sarah was meeting those like that criteria, but you were like actively watching and actively listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you had awareness of that. And that's where I kind of wanted to, as I'm moving along now, just bringing in that same intent. You know what I'm saying? If I see a woman that I'm like I have interest in, and I'm seeing that she's meeting that, well, let me pursue that and see it. Like what's going on around that. Let me like look into that. And this be that. This move with that level of intent that he was moving at, and seeing how that's like really critical, and you trying to pursue a woman that you want. And I think just taking that to where I'm at is my status right now. I think that's definitely what I drew from that or took from that for sure, which has been dope, man. So definitely.
My bad.
Go ahead. No.
But Lou, one of the questions I have for you,
is
like, do you think that like your relationship with your parents affected like how you move in a relationship?
Oh, most definitely. From a young age, my dad was just always on me about, being a provider, being a man and stuff like that. And, I know in today's world things are changing, but he did have those stereotypical, gender roles. And it's just like, you know what, you're going to provide and you're going to do this. And there really is no option. So for me, there really was no option not to go to college. There really was no option not to graduate. And for my mom, she was always the one who was the, I guess, nurturer and stuff. She was the one that was always, whenever she felt like my dad was being too tough on me, not realizing that, he is still a boy. She was the one always try to sit down and talk to him and trying to help him realize, like, you got to realize he's still young and stuff like that. And I think in some ways it helped, but, I think it ended up being a good balance between both parents. But I think at the same time, having two parents that were always there has kind of crippled me and hindered me in a way, because now I've gotten to a point where, all right, this is where I was supposed to be. And so what's next? And I'm kind of in that stagnant place right now, trying to figure that out. But, because I've reached I reached the level where both my parents were at. They both graduated and had their degrees. So it's just like, now I'm on the same level. And it's just like, all right, cool. I've reached that point. Now what?
How you navigate
so that's kind of my internal battle right now, is what's my next move in life.
Gotcha. Hey, I always focused on the next move. But I definitely appreciate you sharing that, bro. Because at the same time, it's a lot different. Like, I think having a single mother, like being raised by a single mother. AP, you can talk about this.
Yeah.
It's like, you see, and you I think for me, I took on the more of a protective role of my mother in relationships. And it's like, what I started to see was just that there was a pattern of different, like, things that I didn't like. And I'll see that they would go through. So, like, even in that, like, I've changed in those ways. Because, like, as growing up, like, you see it as a kid, you just want to be overprotective. Like, now I start to understand it. Like, sometimes your mom may not be always right. And you need to take on that, and you need to just, like, even in relationships now, I take that on. It's just like, I'm not always right. The way I look at things, like, I don't, like, when we arguing or something, we going to discussing something. When I used to be in relationships, it'd be like, all right, cool, let me take a step back now.
Yeah.
As an adult, like closer getting to 30, you feel me?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's on the rise.
Man.
But it's like getting to that point to where like
there,
I can like articulate how I feel and things like that, and also take a step back and not always wanting to feel right. So that's one of the things I could say is like just navigating from my parents' perspective, what I learned and what took from them, and applied to now my personal relationships.
Yeah. I definitely, I think for sure, if we're thinking about like how development came in, and it's definitely how I expected my status so far. Like I think, definitely being raised by a single mother, I just see how independent she was.
Got you.
And I see how she was just able to move so on her own and stuff like that. And I think that's really influenced how I've navigated my relationships, because even though, relationships you're supposed to like, in a sense you're supposed to merge. It's supposed to be like two better ones, but I always still move that one. Like still in some of my relationships, I'm not gonna lie, like, and I talked about this even with my own mom and stuff like that. She was like you just move as one most of the time. Like you're not gonna let people come in and like try to like teach, or not teach them, but just like bring them into your world. Like it's kind of like, and it was time for me to allow people, even with y'all know how it's like took long for y'all even to I let y'all into my world, you know what I'm saying? Like what I was going through and stuff like that, because I see my mom just handle it so much on her own, you know what I'm saying? And I think definitely from my dad, seeing how my dad was this kind of just a navigator amongst the women that he dealt with, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just be all honesty, you know what I'm saying? It's just my dad was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't try to settle down, so you pick up stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't with him as much, like it's a lot, like I pick up on that stuff, just so someone like it might be kind of hard just to really be just moving with one woman right now, because I ain't really seen a lot of stuff stable. You know what I'm saying?
That's another big thing, though. That's a big thing, though. Like not seeing stability in your parents' relationships can be something that you like. At least for me, like I don't necessarily, and this is completely opposite of you. I don't necessarily believe in marriage. Like you know what I'm saying? I grew up like seeing bad relationships, seeing marriages end bad. So it was just like, man, why would people do this? Like, do you know what you got to sacrifice to be with one person forever? And it's just like, I ain't sitting here, I ain't judging nobody, but I respect like your decision, because I know marriage can be a beautiful thing, right? And you're an epitome of that. So, but me watching it growing up was totally different. The perspective, the mindset that I had at that age, I wasn't able to understand some of the things that was going on around me. But now it's just like, all right, cool. I understand. Like, you got to be a whole person before you get married. You got to be someone who brings. You got to have everything that you need, your basics. All that has to be taken care of before you get with somebody. Because if you don't, you tend to be like how we were talking about, codependent. And I don't want to navigate a relationship from a codependency standpoint. I want to navigate it how you said, like from an independent standpoint. Like I know I can handle this, but I got a dope ass partner. I got a Kobe and Shaq type thing. Like we in this thing.
Shaq, we in this thing.
Like, my girl got to be Kobe or Shaq. Like it don't matter. I'll be whichever one. But we got to navigate this shit together. And that's where I've gotten to. Is just like, and I'm Kobe in this motherfucker. Like Shaq is dominant too. But you can just remember 5 rings.
Look at the palm.
I mean, to that point, that's funny that you said that, because that's exactly what I kind of, I guess, veered away from, my dad's kind of ideology about, having a partner, and that, you should be, at any point, you should be able to take care of them, which I agree with it to a certain extent, but I also want somebody who's going to compliment me. I don't want to be the person who's just always the smartest or always, it's just like, no, Sarah, there's times where, we have our debates or whatever, and hey, I see she's right, or I see, hey, cool, she's got it. And the independence is cool. But I also see that sometimes maybe I wasn't ready for all of it in the way that I thought it was going to happen. So there's times I've had to adjust and realize that, she is her own person. She is independent. So sometimes I need to let her be that way. But it's just because of the way I was raised. It's like, hold on, I'm supposed to be doing this.
Gotcha.
But, and again, that's still a struggle. I'm still fighting with all the time, because it's just like, you know what? She's got it. She said she has it. Let me let her handle it. So, sometimes it's hard. as a man, because it's like, nah, I need to take care of this.
Because you was taught differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's another thing I could say was taught, like a big difference between all of us, though. Is like you were taught a skill set that in which we probably weren't.
Yeah.
Like when you told me like that you built your first car, I was just like, I took a step back. I said, this nigga's different, bro.
Yeah.
I said, I couldn't even tell you certain things on the car.
I
know it.
Triple
I
A.
know it, but
Triple
but
A.
boy, the way that you
Keep
navigated it and said that you built your own car, I was fascinated as hell by that. And it was just like one of the dopest things I think that we don't always get to talk about or get to highlight in our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's real. And I think just to like get more like of an in depth, as we guys still talk about certain things. I really want to see, because as we bring in the status, like, what were you doing throughout your different stages of your status to like prepare for Sarah? Or like, when you were, if that makes sense, like when you were single, like what were you doing? You know what I'm saying? When you were like engaged, like what were you doing now that you're married? You know what I'm saying? Like what are when you're going through these status with this woman, like what are some things where you are knowing about yourself or that you're doing to help you prepare for Sarah, or to even help you prepare for your marriage right now?
Did you even know you was preparing for
Yeah,
something
like
that's the thing. It just kind of came about. I think it's just the fact that, for me, when I was getting to those points where I didn't feel like I had to drive anymore, she was always there to pick up the pieces and stuff like that. And then I feel like it's also been the opposite when she was going through law school and stuff, and she was going through her downs.
Oh, you got a lawyer.
Shout out.
My bad to cut you off. Keep
Shout out.
A
lawyer, bro. She got a bag.
She's going through law school. She had a lot of lows where it's just like, I don't think this is for me and stuff like that. I was there to pick up the pieces then, because when I first started PCC, there was always that stigma that it was 13th grade and stuff. And, when I graduated from PHS and I saw my name under the PCC, and then you see the whole other board with everybody else going to universities and stuff, like I was defeated at that point. So when I started Ujima, I didn't have a mindset of I'm going here to get out to go to university and graduate. It was like, well, I guess I'm gonna start looking for a trade or something to start in. So that's when Sarah came along. We were just best friends at that point. And she was like, nah, you're going to do this. Come on. We're going to do this together. And we're going to get through this. And that's how we formed Clash, Alan, Heather, Chelsea. And, so, I feel like at every step, there's always been a low one of us has been going through, and the other person's been there to pick us up in every aspect of life, whether it's relationship, whether it's education, career, all of it. It's always been a balance with us. So, I just think over the years, it's just you start to figure out that this person is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, because their drive is just out of this world. At least for me, I feel like her drive is out of this world, even sometimes when mine's not. And that's what drives me sometimes to go harder. So
again, go back to that Kobe and Shaq thing. Like you having a bad day in game or a bad day, you need somebody to come and swoop in and just pick up the pieces a little bit, which is important. AP, like what you doing to prepare for your wife?
I just want to just point out real quick before I get into mine, the life that this man just spoke into his wife right now. You get what I'm saying?
Big fact.
Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like this man really and that's what the big thing for sure. We gotta speak life into our partner, bro. Like
into our women,
into men. Like speak life into that, because that man just spoke a hell of life right now. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy.
I'm trying to find out.
I'm trying to find out how to speak it. You know what I'm saying? I think, in my singleness so far, like I think we brought up some great topics that we're gonna take from this episode that we can discuss. As far as like communication goes, and even bringing up developments and stuff like that, like and how that this may get excited, y'all. It's 99.99, right now for the game still, but I think for me, what I just trying to be preparing myself for is just trying to build on those certain things, like build on that communication, like now, you know what I'm saying, like working on that as I work and using my friends like y'all and all our homies and stuff like that as a way to communicate properly and stuff like that. The way to finding out what's an unconditional love, like how much love I got for y'all, like let me show that, and then once I get a part of that, that's something that's natural because I've been doing that for people I've already loved, like regardless of what happened, like I know we down forever, you know what I'm saying? So what does that look like when I'm building and putting that my taking the love that's dripping from my tank and then spreading it, you know. So that's what I kind of been learning more and doing into my singleness for sure. And then hopefully that will matriculate as I get in, you know, as a fine wifey, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna happen, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but how about you, man? What you been doing in your status right now, singleness? You know, and also too getting closer to God. That's for sure. Spiritual. Let me bring that in. That was the one where I forgot. That's I'm sorry, God. I didn't mean, but one that's getting that in line with that.
That's great for me, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like I realized like navigating without God in relationships is probably like it's the worst decision you move in. Like y'all start arguing about petty stuff that don't even have nothing to do with nothing. Because it's like I just like y'all not moving on the same accord. Like, you know what I mean? See, but bringing God into the relationship, it allows y'all to always have a common ground.
Yeah.
Like, so you going through something, I'm going through something. Like I think my past relationship was the first time I've actually prayed with a woman. Like sat down, phone convos, prayed, got on knees and prayed. And it's just like, it was one of the craziest things, because it's just like, you know, men are supposed to lead, or thoughts are supposed to lead the connection between spiritual and God. And you was just talking about this earlier. And it's just like to go back and actually like pick up those pieces and start like getting closer to God. That allowed me to like make different decisions as far as like, you know what I mean, like being celibate. Like you gotta go through a little phase of like, if you dating, then you gotta figure out, do you like this person strictly because it's a sexual thing, or do you like this person because like they actually are like somebody who contributes a lot to your well-being. Like, and not to say from a codependent standpoint, but how Lou Ray was saying, like, shit, if I ain't got it today and I'm having an off day, can I count on you? Because a lot of times I move in an independent way because I don't feel like I can count on people. Which is like, I think we all had that because we saw it with our parents and things like that. So now we starting to build that. Another thing for me was like, it was God and celibacy and communication, how y'all said, bro. Like being able to communicate is one of the most effective tools, especially with women in relationships with women. If you're not able to communicate how you feel, a lot of times, bro, like you're not gonna be able to have a meaningful conversation with a woman.
I mean, man, I heard from a lot of women, transparency. That was their biggest word I heard, and I really had to go look that up. I'm like, transparency. When I was 23, I'm like, what you talking about?
Transparency is different for everybody, though.
You know what I'm saying? It's way different. So I had to look at it. But I definitely think from this. You know, from this episode for sure, definitely appreciating how we just brought in our statuses and how that's been, you know, influential on how we just been navigating so far and where we moving to. And we definitely just brought in, like, you know, where we've been at from the jump. Have we been moving since teens to where we are now as you know, young Black kings, you know, on the wave and continue going, about to hit our 30s, you know what I'm saying? This is our 29 year, y'all, but we 30 for 30 next year, you know what I'm saying? So but man, we appreciate y'all, you know, being here with us today, and you know, we definitely got more topics that's coming on the way. FBMP, I know how
Black Men of Pasadena.
Faithful Black Men on Pasadena. Look out for this, you know, for this shit that we got going, because we moving for sure. For real though, we on the move. We on the move, and we going, and it's lovely just being around these guys and our team, and you know, we about to make it happen. So. You know, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We out here, man. Hey,
man.
Love y'all.
Hey, love y'all, man.
Thank y'all for coming.
Love y'all, man.
Love
y'all, bro. We out here, man. Hey, we catch y'all at the next one. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.